So what did you do this weekend?
Well, I worked on Saturday, and then I worked all day Sunday, and then I boarded a plane to come here and do more work. I mean, fun work with you.
Right, yeah. I got you a gift.
Oh, really?
For helping us out here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's got some lunch on it.
You got a little food on it. It's a girl shirt.
You're welcome. Hey guys, Tara and Matt here for D News, and I can't lie, we got it pretty good when it comes to our jobs, but even we look forward to the weekend. It's a time to relax, decompress, and partake in all of the debaucherous activities that we can't really do during the week.
It's true, but then Sunday night rolls around, you suddenly remember all the responsibilities you have to take care of, and by the time the clock strikes 8 on Monday morning, you're more stressed out than ever, which makes you wonder, is it even worth it? Do weekends really help us decompress, or are we more stressed out after than we were before?
It's a valid question, and according to a new study in PLOS One, the answer to that last question is a resounding yes. A team of researchers at Rosalind Franklin University found that rats who receive a 2-day break from stressful situations are actually more stressed out when the break is over than rats who never got a break to begin with.
This study examines a process called habituation, which is what happens when an animal begins to adapt to stressful situations. The example they used here was the act of being physically restrained. So to demonstrate that, they placed a group of rats in a tube where they couldn't escape or turn around. And after a while, the rats got used to the stress and just stopped resisting it.
Right, so they did this for 20 minutes, 5 days in a row, in order to sort of mimic the modern work week. And by day 5, the rats had essentially acclimated, meaning they were totally cool with being stuck inside of this tube. Then they introduced an interruption. Half of the rats were given 2 days off, while the other half were forced to continue this process throughout the weekend.
Turns out the rats that were given the weekend off actually experienced more stress once they returned than rats that were given no break at all. They were more likely to struggle inside the tube, move their bowels more frequently, and had higher levels of corticosterone, which is a known stress hormone.
They also tested the anxiety levels of the rats by placing them in a special kind of maze which contains small, dark spaces where rats typically hide to feel safe, and more wide open spaces where the adventuresome and less anxious rats tend to hang out.
Sure enough, the rats who were given time off were also more likely to hide out in those small enclosed spaces, meaning the simple act of getting a break made them more stressed out and more anxious as a result.
Again, this all circles back to habituation, which is an important coping mechanism that allows us to spend less energy on responding to predictable sources of stress. Without it, we'd just be stressed out all the time, and persistently high levels of stress can lead to all kinds of problems, like mental illness and even a shortened lifespan.
So how do we interpret these results? Obviously, no one's about to give up their weekend, so is there anything we can do to reduce the stress associated with that?
It's a good question, and it's not totally clear, but there is one obvious shortcoming of the study that we should mention, which is that the rats weren't aware of their schedule ahead of time. They didn't know they were going to get a break after 5 days, and they also didn't know they were going to have to face the restraint tube after that break was over.
Ah, yes. So for us humans, just knowing that we have 2 days off every weekend eliminates some of that stress. I guess over time we can theoretically habituate to anything, as long as our schedule's reliable enough.
It certainly seems that way, although that still does not explain why I go into a deep spiral of depression every Monday morning.
There are lots of reasons, Tara. Far too many to list here.
Yes, fair enough. How do you guys feel about this? Do you also experience the post-weekend blues? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, you do other things on the internet, right? Where can people find you do those other things?
Well, you can find me on SourceFed and SourceFed Nerd. You can also follow me on Twitter at Matt Lieberman.
Awesome, that is it for us. But as always, thank you guys for watching.